Hello and welcome to another episode of The Average EV. Today we are taking a road trip first to South Carolina, then to the Kennedy Space Center, and then of course to Orlando and going to Disney World. Stick along with us for the entire ride down and back again in our 2023 Volkswagen ID.4 Pro. Let's get into it. Okay, so we are about to head off. We charged up to 100%. I did a scheduled charge, so it was ready to go right at 4, so we're about to leave now. We have 267 miles of projected range. I suspect that we have about 10% of degradation. Our odometer's reading around 32,000 miles, which is about like 2 years worth of miles. And the largest degradation hit is within the first 1 to 2, maybe in 3 years, so I'm not too shocked by that. So if we're at 90%, full battery health, it'll probably have a real slow decline now for the rest of this car's life. Eventually, we are going to replace this. I was hoping with the 2024, but some financials because of loss of value and a really bad trade-in value for this car right now is holding us back a little bit, but I'm hoping maybe by the end of this year or maybe the beginning of next year, we'll be able to get into the new ID.4 or maybe even the next model year. Because if we hold off and the 2025 has the native NACS port, that might be a little bit more interesting of a purchase because we love the ID.4 and would love to get into another one. So we're all going to get loaded up and then I'll catch up with you all likely when the sun starts to come out because as you can tell, the video is terrible at nighttime. All right, catch up with you in a little bit. All right, everybody, we've arrived in Richmond, and good news, there are chargers available. We arrived with 36% state of charge, 86 miles left, allegedly. That stretch, we went 164 miles, 2 hours and 36 minutes of driving, and 3.8 mile per kilowatt hour consumption. A really, really good stretch, and we arrived with way more state of charge than we were supposed to. We were supposed to arrive with like 19 and we're at 36. So we don't need to charge up too much. We're going to get Starbucks, run into Walmart, and then get on our way. All right, everybody, we're getting 112 kilowatts, about what I'd expect at this state of charge. Maybe a little bit more if we weren't so high up in the pack, but everything's looking good. We're probably not going to actually charge up to 100, but once my wife gets back from going to the bathroom, I'm going to run to Starbucks, get our drinks, and then get on our way. I just ran into Walmart, used the restroom, walking back to the charger. We arrived, no one was here. 5 of the 8 stalls are working properly. One of the ones was the one that caught on fire, but it looks like they have replaced it and dropped in the new unit. And then after we got there, Mercedes-Benz EQB came and plugged in, and then a Rivian R1S, and then a Lucid Air. So a nice mix of cars here at the Richmond charging site. We're about to unplug, run over to Starbucks, grab some breakfast and coffee, and then get on our way, maybe to Rocky Mount, or maybe we'll make it all the way to Hope Mills. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, everybody, we charged up to 80%. As you can see, we're at Starbucks. My wife ran in to use the restroom and grab our drinks and our food. Our next plan is to go to Rocky Mount, but if I'm feeling lucky and we can make it to Hope Mills, we might go all the way. Theoretically, we could, and we get there with like 0%, but we'll see how things kind of pan out. It's worth noting, everybody, when you're at the Starbucks, there's charge point units over there. So if you go to Electrify America and it's completely full and there's a queue, come on over to Starbucks, plug in over there, come back, grab a coffee, wait for it to charge, and get on your way. All right, everybody, we got here with 16% state of charge, 30 miles left. And as far as the trip, let's look at that data. Since charge, there it is, 126 miles that stretch, 1 hour and 55 minutes, 3 miles per kilowatt hour, averaging around 67 miles per hour. For the full trip, here it is, 291 miles, 63 miles per hour. 4 hour, 42 minutes of driving, and 3.4 mile per kilowatt hour consumption, which is just about what I thought it would be for the whole trip. We're plugged in here. We've been plugged in for a while, getting 160 kilowatts, which is awesome because this is a 150, so looking good. We've already got, in 3 minutes, we've got 11% added, so really nice charging session here. Always nice to be at a Sheetz. So yeah, we're probably gonna charge up to 60-70% and then get on our way. We don't really need to charge up that much, but the more we charge here, the less we have to charge for at the next stop. Everyone, it appears we have a problem. We're getting 34 kilowatts, which means we probably have some kind of cable cooling issue. So I'm gonna unplug and then plug back in. Oh yeah. And yeah, everybody, the handle is super hot. So definitely some sort of cooling issue going on. So go ahead and switch chargers really quick. Just switched plug, so hopefully that works. But if you ever come across an Electrify America station and you plug in, it's working fine, and then all of a sudden it derates to like 35 kilowatts, that means that there's a cable cooling issue. So I'm gonna make sure I report that to Electrify America so they can fix it. Hopefully this charger works properly. We're getting 129, so that's much better than 35. So glad I caught that. I was just sitting and I looked, I'm like, oh, why is it gonna take an hour to get to 80%? Well, so hopefully we can kind of make up for the time we lost when I wasn't paying attention. While we're charging up, we're gonna head over to some free entertainment. Sorry if it's a little bit windy. Let me stand here. Some free entertainment. We found an excavator, and my son loves excavators, so we're gonna go ahead and check that out. We are charged up to 73%. We're gonna go pick up my family who's checking out the excavator and then get on our way. All right, everybody, we are on the way. We're going to Hope Mills to a Circle K. We could go a little farther to an Electrify America and charge for free, but I wanted to do an EV charging state review at the Hope Mills Circle K, so that's why we're going there. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to EV Charging Site Review. It's my sister channel where I review EV charging sites, and hopefully it gives you all some insight to what you're getting yourself into when you go out and about to DC fast charge. So we're gonna keep going. We got about 90 miles and then we shall be there. All right, here is our data. 97 miles, hour and a half, 3 miles per kilowatt hour, 69 mile per hour consumption so far for our trip. 389 miles, 6 hours and 19 minutes of driving, 3.3 mile per kilowatt hour consumption. We got here with 24% state of charge. Gonna go ahead, plug in, and then get to the bathroom and then do my EV charging site review. We're plugged in, getting 139 kilowatts. That is the most we can get at this site because this is 400 amp max. And it's actually, ooh, getting a little bit more, 143, but it's 400 amp max for about 10 or 15 minutes, and then it will derate to 300 amps because of the cable. It's a boost function. So a good little unit here, but by the time we get to 50% or so, we won't be able to get those speeds anyway. So I'm gonna run in and use the restroom. We are having a great charge session. We're at 59%. We're gonna leave very soon. We didn't need to charge up this much, but I always like to have a little bit extra, especially with when my wife is here. She doesn't like to go low. So so we'll go a little bit more, and then we're our next charging stop is gonna be in Florence, South Carolina. Unfortunately not at Buc-ee's, but it is what it is. And then, but before we get there, we're gonna stop at Smithfield's Barbecue. It's decent barbecue for being a chain. So we're gonna stop there, grab some food for lunch, and then get on our way to Florence. So I'll probably catch up with you all once I unplug here at the Circle K. We're done here, 60 minutes, 30 kilowatt hours is about 16 bucks. Not too bad. Gonna go ahead and unplug. And just to show you all, if you look at the bottom, here it is. 300 amps, but it maxes out at 400 amps just for a little while. So, okay, charging's finished. Go ahead, plug this back in. So quick behind the scenes of EV charging state reviews. Whenever I go into a site, I just record going in so people can see what it's kind of like. And so I was recording that, and I had set the address to the Circle K in Waze. And so I'm following it, and I get there, and like there's no charging. I'm like, oh man, is this for real? And then my wife's like, oh, there's another Circle K. And I'm like, I went to the wrong Circle K. So there's two Circle Ks on the same road. One if you go right, one if you go left. So it was an easy fix. Just had to go the other way. But so always double check to make sure there's another Circle K just in case, because you don't want to go to the wrong one. All right, it started to rain. I don't know if you can see that. We're in the drive-thru of Smithfield's waiting for our food. And then we're gonna eat it on the go, I guess. Our plan was actually to eat in, and then my son was asleep, and here we are now. So I guess we'll eat lunch and keep heading on. I believe next our stop is in Florence. All right, everybody, we have finally plugged in. We got this local shuttling company that's just taking up public chargers, which is not okay, but it is what it is. So we're finally plugged in. Payment authorized, initiating charge. I'm sure we'll be gone before they are because it's not that fast of a charging vehicle. So we probably queued for 10 to 20 minutes. I wasn't actually keeping track. So, but anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and run into Walmart and then catch up with you all later. So I guess we just came at the wrong time. The queue's gone, everybody's charging, so all is well. 10 or 20 minutes, not the end of the world, but you know, it's a part of EV life right now. As NEVI rolls out and as they put in more chargers, it'll become a lot easier, I guess, to charge and find available charging and not have to wait. Okay, we're unplugging 69%. That was a little bit more than we needed to do. That's all right, only here for 17 minutes plus our queue, so, you know, not the best, not the end of the world. Put that away. Ooh, look, I put that away. Look at that. Plug this back in, and now there's 2 stations available for everyone to charge at. Here's that nice Lucid Air. Oh, I'll tell a fun story about the Lucid Air. Quick story. So back in Richmond, when we got there, the Lucid got there, and then I think the Rivian, and there's another car. But anyways, the Lucid was still there when we left. We just charged in Florence, and kind of getting close to Florence, we noticed the Lucid kind of drive past us a little bit, and then we ended up getting past that. So I'm guessing at Richmond, they ended up charging to like 80, 90, 100%. And then they just went straight, no stops. And we went and, you know, kind of like hopped, you know, you've seen the story, a couple stops. And we actually ended up at Florence before the Lucid. So that just goes and shows the power, especially when you have a vehicle like the Lucid that can charge fast at lower states of charge, of taking advantage of your charging curve, because even an ID.4 can beat the Lucid that charges up to 100%. All right, we made it. 15% left, 20 miles of range allegedly. Let's look at them numbers. 103 miles. Hour and 26 minutes, 2.9 miles per kilowatt hour. So yeah, 73 mile per hour average. Long term, 574 miles, 9 hours and 19 minutes of driving, 3.2 mile per kilowatt hour, 63 mile per hour average. So pretty good stretch. We're here in Walterboro, South Carolina. Let's go charge. All right, everybody. So here we're charging, again, 110 kilowatts. Being limited to 300 amps, so I think we're having some sort of power module down, which is unfortunate, but I actually haven't dealt with a power module being dead in a charger for a while, but it's not the end of the world. We'll be all right. We'll just ride 100 basically until, you know, 55%. So I'm gonna go inside, use the restroom, and then move along. All right, everybody, we're charged up to 82% right now. I'm about to unplug, and then we're gonna head to the hotel, and then we're gonna head to Savannah, where we're gonna go find dinner, maybe some drinks, and that'll be it for today. So let's see what we got here. Yep, so we're still 84 kilowatts at 83%, which is actually really good. If you're an ID.4 owner, you know, getting to the mid to upper 80s at 80% is awesome. It probably will fall off soon here, but we're gonna wait till it hits 30 minutes on the nose, and then we're gonna unplug. There we go. That's my telling me to unplug. It is a free charge, $27. So I'm still enjoying that free charging plan. You all know I don't love free charging, but I have it, so I'm gonna use it. It'd be silly if I didn't out of spite. So let's go ahead and unplug. Woof, this is hot. Hot, hot, hot. Woo. All right. Put that away, put that away. There it is with tax. Oh, I did pay a nickel. So that's all right. 30-minute charge. Went from 15 to 84, so about 70%, 69% added. Let's get on our way. Okay, everybody, so we made it to the hotel, and we packed up and left the hotel. It was really dirty, and it may have been haunted. It smelled terrible, mainly because there was like no venting of air. It smelled like mold, mildew. So we got out of there, and we got ourselves a nice hotel in Savannah that we're gonna be staying at. That has a few more stars. I swear, when I looked at this hotel, it wasn't that bad. Like I acknowledge I was getting a more affordable hotel, and I regret it. So we just left. I didn't even check out or talk to anybody. We just dipped because yeah. So I'm gonna email that company. I'm not gonna slander them, but I'm gonna email them to try and get a refund. So anyways, we're heading to Savannah to a much nicer hotel, and then we're gonna get dinner and we're gonna enjoy ourselves, and then tomorrow we're gonna get on the way to Kennedy Space Center. All right, everybody, we're at the new hotel, feeling better. The garage we had to park in has EV charging, so this worked out really well. We'll be able to charge up to 100 and leave in the morning and not have to stop. That's actually gonna save us a lot of time tomorrow, trying to get to Kennedy Space Center. Everybody, these are peanut butter and jelly wings. Yeah. Trailer Park. Live sensibly. This is actually the Hicks, but they're really good wings. We had these years ago. All right, we're in Savannah, everyone. Here's the Sorrel Weed House, allegedly haunted. We've actually toured it before at night. It's an interesting place, for sure. If you ever get a chance, they do tours. Then here's Madison Square. If you've never been to Savannah, they have all these really beautiful squares with the trees with the Spanish moss. Just uniquely Savannah. Okay, so we had dinner. We went and went around that square. I can't remember the name of the square. Man, my memory's terrible. But anyways, went back to the hotel. I took a shower. I'm out here because there's a 3-hour limit. So I'm just charging to 80%, and then I'm gonna move the car and park it so we don't have to worry about that. And then we're gonna head out tomorrow to go to Kennedy Space Center. Wish us some luck. Hopefully there's a launch and it doesn't get scrubbed. Haven't heard anything negative yet, but we'll see. If not, we'll still have an awesome day at Kennedy Space Center. On our way there, we're gonna stop at Yulee for a cool FPL Evolution charging site, which would be really cool. I'm gonna do a review on that. We're gonna have to stop one other place. There is an FPL and there is an Electrify America, so we'll just see which one works based on how much range we have. We're trying to get to Kennedy Space Center in 5 to 5.5 hours, so we have to leave exactly at 4 so we can make that happen. So I will catch up with you all in the morning. I'm sure I'll be nice and rested and ready to go. I almost forgot to grab the numbers for the last leg. 69 miles, 2 hours and 3 minutes of driving, 3.1 miles per kilowatt hour, not terrible, and average of 35 miles per hour. We did some Savannah driving, and then here's our trip so far. 644 miles, 11 hours, 33 minutes of driving, 3.2 mile per kilowatt hour consumption, not terrible, and 57 mile per hour average. We're gonna take this all the way to Kennedy Space Center, and then we'll probably just drive to Disney and we'll reset everything, and then we'll do the trip back. Made it here, 22%. I didn't get us leaving the hotel because we were just trying to get out. Sorry, I'm stalling. All right, here we go. So here are the vehicle numbers for that stretch. We had 160 miles per hour, 49 minutes, 2.9 mile per kilowatt hour. We've been having a lot of headwinds, and 65 miles per hour. Let's go get plugged into these cool units. All right, everybody, we're here at the FPL Evolution. We're plugged in. I thought I'd set up the payment ahead of time, but I forgot to, so I had to do that. It was pretty easy with the app. It's a little blurry there, but looking good. 147, 155, 163, 67. Perfect, looking good. Would like maybe a little bit more, but I'll take it for now. It's a very cool unit. CCS and Chatamo for some reason. And this, I'm gonna do a site review later. This will be a good site because there's a Wawa right here. And I wonder if the Wawa is gonna get any charging maybe. But yeah, and across the street there's a Publix. I don't know if you can see that or not. Everything's a little blurry because it's dark. And yes, we're gonna charge up to about 60, 65, 70% and then be on our way. Just having a picnic, watching the sunrise in Florida. All right, everybody, we had an awesome charging stop here in Yulee. Definitely recommend it if you stop by. There will be a Wawa eventually. It looks like they're getting close to being done. All the pumps are in, the building's up. I guess they just have to finish the finishing touches inside. So maybe a month or two. I don't know, I'm no construction expert. But anyways, we're gonna unplug here and we're gonna get onto either another FPL site or an EA site. Probably an EA site just because of amenities. So let's go ahead, unplug and get on our way. I did pick up an extra 10%. This unit is very loud, I will say that much. But it worked. So put this back in and then get on our way. All right, we made it. 15% state of charge, 32 miles of range left. Let's see how our numbers are for the... Yeah, I know, it's crazy, buddy. All right, 115 miles, hour, 48 minutes of driving, 3.3 mile per kilowatt hour, which is actually good. And 66 mile per hour average. So we're gonna plug in. This is our last charging stop before the Kennedy Space Center. All right, here we go. Last charging stop for the Kennedy Space Center. These are the new units. These are the BTC ones. So hopefully no issues here. Plug on in. Oh, that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm getting used to one-handing these cables. And I haven't really talked about this the whole trip, but every time we use Electrify America, plug-in charge has worked flawlessly, which that means it's gonna not work right now. I don't know why I said that. But authorized, so we're good to go. Gonna go ahead, go to Target, go to Starbucks, do a couple things, and then get to the Kennedy Space Center. All right, they're going to Target. I'm going to Starbucks, and we'll meet back at the car. All right, just throwing away some trash. We're not too far from being able to leave, but this is a pretty ideal spot. Chipotle, Panera, Starbucks, Target. I could just build a house. Could build a house right over here, and I'd be set for life. My wife said it's really nice. So anyways, we're gonna wrap up charging here and then get on our way to Kennedy Space Center. All right, everybody, charged up to 87%, which is a little bit more than we needed, but we're gonna get to Kennedy Space Center at 9:30, which was our plan. Stop. There we go. Unplug. That worked out really nicely. No one was here, and it worked like a charm. All right, so gonna go ahead, close the port, and then get on the way to Kennedy Space Center. Probably shouldn't drive by it. We should probably drive to it, right?
Look, there's the sign! Everybody's dirty, buddy.
Everybody, we have a Tesla Model 3 Performance Refresh. There it is. We made it.
All right, you wanna go take a
We're gonna go in and have a great day. I'll catch you all next time. Like I said earlier, we made it. Great trip down here to Kennedy Space Center. Looks like the rocket launch might happen. We'll see. We got some clouds, so who knows. But anyways, hope you'll be on the lookout for the part where we go back. And I'm also going to do some stuff around Disney for fun. So I will catch you all next time.
Pay attention. There it goes, buddy. Back off. Get away from that. Come over here. You did. Look, it's going. You can see it. Wait, listen until we're going to hear it soon.